But I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
What's up, guys? It is Magi coming at you with a pretty friendly clan war here on a lovely Friday night. It is PsiX versus Ingt Gaming. Trying to get back into that friendly clan war scene. I have been setting up as many as I can. Guys, if there is any problem with the stream tonight, please inform me immediately, and I will try to get this straightened out as fast as I can. And go on in with the introductions here. In the bottom right hand corner is the red Protoss pieces on Interloper. It is Sylvaneth. Call him Sal. Sorry if I've mispronounced any names, by the way. If I do, try to correct me as fast as I can. I will try to be paying attention to that. And in the top left hand corner, playing from Ingt Gaming, it is the pink Zerg pieces. Known as Dubling. Would have been a PvP to kick off game 1, but our other player is lagging out pretty hard. And already we do have a pretty cheeky probe coming across the map here, looking like he's going to go for that pylon block on the hatchery. Get my chat up here. My music is missing. There we go. Now we're good. But we do have the probe blocking out Noobling on his hatchery, so he's just going to take his natural base up here around his third base location. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, we do have Sal get a nice wall off started here. So everything looking pretty standard so far from both players. As this probe is going to make its way back into the main base here and scout around and take a look around and see exactly what it can be found. Alright, now we're actually paying attention here. Take care of some last second stuff. This probe is just going to keep looking around here. Keep being a nuisance to see exactly what Dubling decides to open up and follow up with. On the other side of the map, we do have the wall off finishing up here. Could be a Zealot started up or an Adept popping out here to block this off. Again, everything looking pretty standard. So while we just wait out here and see exactly what both players are deciding to do, we do have another hatchery coming down here for Dubling, so he does get that third base started. Looking to be a little bit more greedy on Interloper, which is something I really am not comfortable with players doing, especially Zergs. But hey, if you can defend it, you can get the payoff for it. Definitely worth the risk. And I say Interloper is probably one of your worst maps to do this on because of some of the pathways here. Very small map, very narrow pathways. A lot of choke points around the map. There are some rocks hidden in the weeds here that you can use to open up a lot of different areas. Anyway, this probe looks like you're going to have to go on home here eventually. He has seen everything. Or his predator drone will just attack. Make sure this assault probe goes down. We're on the other side of the map. We do have a Stargate follow-up here for Sal. Got production tab up for you guys. 6 lings are about to pop out and 2 queens are about to finish up as well. It looks like Noobling is going to put on some pressure. We'll see exactly what he has in store for us, as there is already an Adept out here, so these lings shouldn't get too much done. As Noobling does, there is a wall off here and there is a unit here to defend. There's 2 Adepts, and the 2 Adepts are actually going to move out. Should catch these lings out on the map actually if they are on the attack move. I assume that they are not, so he will actually be able to sneak these Adepts in if he gets in here in time. As they were completely missed, Noobling should be able to get some lings in here as well. He's not exactly moving out with them, but these Adepts are going to make their way into the third base location. Spore Crawler immediately thrown down here. I'm sure he has finally scouted that Stargate. He has. So on the other side of the map, the Adepts are going to get to work here cleaning up these Lings. Jade into the main. Just start picking off some drones. 2 drones down so far. One Adept is going to end up falling. These Adepts shouldn't get too much more done. I'm surprised there's no Queen in the main, actually. There she is. These 2 Adepts are actually getting a lot more damage done than they probably should have been. But with that, he does manage to clean it up. The first Oracle is on the way. The 7 probes already falling here. There's a Spore Crawler in place to deflect these Oracles. Even on the other side of the map, we do have a bit of a gateway explosion happening. You got 2 gateways coming down and a Twilight Council. But no 3rd base yet for Toss. Noobling actually has some Lings here to shoot us away, and again, another drone, another 8 drones we picked off of 8 drones total so far. With the worker count being 43 to 31, did we start to slide a little bit behind in the economy advantage here? But as easy as it is for Zerg to drone up, it shouldn't be too much of a problem. We do have some Lings making their way out across the map. We're going to get in here and try to find some damage with their own. Moisture Core just now popping out, so there's only enough for 1 Photon Overcharge should he decide to use it. Oracle is going to come home to help defend as well. So, Noobie's going to poke up and see exactly what Protoss has. He knows he's not on 3 base, it's only on 2. But it should prompt Noobie to start possibly joining up. He is getting his Roach Form behind this, which is probably one of the best calls you can make. There are 2 Oracles on the map, and Sal look like he wants to find some more damage, and finally the 3rd base is going to go down here. With that, Sal is posturing up some Oracles. Drones are actually being pulled out of the 3rd base. I'm a little curious about that. There's a Queen and a Spore Crawler here to help shoot these away. Oracle might end up falling through the Queen. Looks like they will get out. So far, I'm liking Noobling's position more and more, as he is getting into that Roach tech, but he's on the clock here. Sal's going to start trying to poke and prod as much as he can to slow the Zerg down. As the first few Roaches are on the way. Only 1 Roach on the production tab right now. Is there any out? No, okay. So yeah, it's 11 Lings for these lovely 9 Adepts that are going to come in here, and only 4 Roaches. These Roaches need to pop out soon. Why is... Must be messed up on the rally. And this aggression is going to come out. 2 drones going to immediately fall. This Queen is in danger of getting picked off. And the Shade is going to go directly into the main base. But she does see the Hydralisk Den. So it's literally, if he got the Roaches out here, he can defend this easily. And GG's just going to get called out. This game number 1 is going to go to PsiX. And with that, I'll be right back as we get our next player in line here. Play gaming.
But I just gotta know one thing. Are you ready? No! I said, are you ready?
That's a fun night. Ha, yeah, we are one. When the club shuts down, nah, we ain't done. You can tell by the ink where we are from. Copenhagen.
Okay, so we're just waiting on the ready up for both players here. Alright guys, we are back with game number 2 in our PsiX versus Insight Gaming matchup tonight. There were no restrictions put on I Do Believe Diamond anymore or what order players had to play, so I'm not too worried about that. Spawning into the
Game paused.
bottom right hand corner, as we already do have a quick pause coming out here. Apparently we have a player coming back in. They shouldn't be here. The observers. Unfortunately, I can't kick him. Here, so let's find out. I was gonna remake because this guy shouldn't be here. Give us a couple seconds. Yes, sir, Noobling, we did have someone join that should not have been here. But alright, now that we got this underway and there's no interesting people jumping into the background here. Spawning into the top left-hand corner this time is the teal turret pieces from Insight Gaming, looking to even the series back up one apiece. I can't put scores up with the overlay that's currently installed. Thanks, Volticus, if you're here. Thanks for that, by the way. It is Vegas. Insight Gaming on Odyssey. And in the bottom right hand corner is the red Rodot's pieces from PsiX. It is Salavant? Salavant? It was Salavant. I think Salavant sounds right, but he's still going to be called Sal. We do have the cheeky probe coming out here. Going to be that assault probe making its way across the map. Get some scouting done, possibly harass Vegas a bit. Exactly what is going to go on here. There is a 1 minute delay on the stream, guys, so it will be up here in a second. There we go. Keep forgetting that 1 minute delay is a thing, so every time I look at my stream it's like Wait, that changed scene? Yeah, it changed. Anyway, as we do have our probe making its way up to the top of the ramp here, we'll see that there is a pretty standard tiered wall off down. Look curious if he sees it try and play some poke. Nope. In here, see there is one gas. Look like a pretty standard Reaper opening. This SCV is actually going to go out in the sky. I'm actually liking this because there could be some cheeky play that comes out of this SCV, but by the looks of it, the SCV rally is set to be across the map. Get in here and see exactly what is going on. One gateway, one cybernetic core opening up here. Very standard opening for Terran once again, but who knows, we might see a similar play of Adepts and Oracles. Curious as to where that probe was. Probe leave? He died? Yeah, the Marine has one kill. Therefore, probe did die. I like this decision. SCV Scout, no need for a Reaper. We'll get in here and see everything. Won't get really any harassment done, but we'll get in here and see exactly what our red Protoss player is doing. We'll see that there is a pylon positioned up around the north side of the base here. Possibly a tech pylon, possibly a pylon just for vision, but I imagine it is for tech, which probably means there will be a Stargate being thrown down here. Alright, we do have a robot, so changing it up already. Going into that faster robotics bay, or robotics facility, over to Stargate. One adept on the way already. Another probe will end up falling here. Trying to get that scouting information on Vegas. Vegas looking like he was going to play some pretty standard 1-1-1 styles of play. Going to get into that starport behind us. I don't know too much about Vegas, so I really can't inquire into his play style. But already, Sal's showing us some aggressive Protoss in our last game. Some Oracles and Adepts. Kind of catching Googling with his pants down and not getting everything out that he needed. So it looks like we will have a Widowmine drop coming out here, and it looks like Vegas is going to set up to defend against that Oracle. It won't be here. The warp gate about to finish up. There's an observer on the way, so he will be well protected against any kind of Widowmine drops coming out. There's no second barracks on the way just yet, so I'm a little curious as to which way Vegas is planning on going with this. There's still the option to go into mech here. Gas down, no third gas on the way just yet, so shouldn't be going into mech. Awesome. Alright, we need to see no barracks here, Vegas. Come on, man. Warp gate is about to finish up here in about 10 seconds. Observer is on the way out. Could it be a scouting observer by the looks of it? Look for half a vision down here in front of the third base. What do we have here? Okay, Robotics Bay is on the way, so yes, we are going to see that Colossus blade coming out here. Possibly some disruptor drops. I would love to see some disruptor drops, I really would. Always annoying for a Terran player to have to deal with disruptor drops. First drop is on the way from Vegas here. Still no barracks speed added on. He's opting for a faster third base. He's going for that 3 command center opening, or that 3CC. Staying on 1-1-1, finally adding on his second barracks. 2 barracks. But the observer here is going to see everything of Vegas, including his drop coming in here. Yeah, exactly how he plans to respond to this. The Stalkers and the Adepts are kind of out of position here, but there is a Mothership Core. But Sal is going to bring his units back up, or his army back up. Should be able to defend his drop fairly easily. Observer's not here though. Almost loses a medevac to 1 photon overcharge, but as soon as these Stalkers get down here, there's not going to be much left for it to be able to be due. Focus the mothership! Focus the mothership! I need to get the mothership! Oh my gosh. It would have been beautiful to see this mothership core die. That's one unit that had to be remade in the early game. It'll be interesting to see what Protoss players do without the mothership core here in a couple months. Or here in about 3 weeks, 4 weeks? Anyway, as we move into our next phases of the game, we do have Stim on the way and 1-1 on the way. And Vegas did get some really good scouting information there, so he has to assume that it is going to be Colossus coming out. But there's no Vikings on the way, and that's really going to cause a bit of an issue later, as his Colossus count does start to climb, but he is adding on a second starport, which I do like. Where is his starport? Is it? Oh my, what? Okay, sure. Interesting place for your starport to be about this time of day. Well, at least it's 5 o'clock somewhere. Everybody knows that. And clearly the pilot of this starport knows that. As it decided to take a pretty idle trip out across the map. There's still a Widow Mine here, getting some work done. Picking up 3 kills already. No cannon here. The observer making his way back down to be able to clean this up. The thermal land's done. And the starport taking a nice idle trip across the map, and there's reactors just starting up on it. He needs to add in some marauders. More marauders, maybe some more Vikings. He is going to push out here. Third base is on the way for Protoss, so both players on that 3-base economy. It's going to be start to be a very interesting phase of the game. There's no Vikings out, there's no medevacs here. I wonder if he actually knows that there's Colossus. He has to know that there's Colossus tech out at this point in the game, because he flew right over. I like it. Okay, so he's going to come down here and check for third base. See, there is no third base. The third base is going to be to the north. But again, with no Vikings out, no medevacs out, this army is pretty much just going to walk right in here and die. Yes, here we go. Colossus are going to come down here. Widow Mines need a burrow before this fight even starts. Is Observer with the army? Observer's not with the army. He's going to burrow the Widow Mines, and we're going to see how this fight goes. He's going to step forward with his Colossus with his thermal lance. Just be able to tear up this bio entirely. Widow Mine not even going to get a shot off, and these 2 Widow Mines are just chilling out here. Decided to take a nice stay at the resort. Maybe stop for a couple drinks themselves. Get no work done. Alright, we do have the Viking tech on the way finally. Vegas just wanting to be that macro player. Again, the longer this game goes on, the more he's on the clock. Because as soon as Storm comes out, get charge on the way right now. No Templar Archives down just yet. Okay, just started up. So as soon as this comes out and Storm is done, it's going to come down to how well he can deal with this without any ghost out. The Storm will just tear this army apart. Wow, I'm kind of worried. He does have a second starport out, so he will be able to start adding in more Vikings. Gotta love the hallucinated phoenixes. Worker count about even. What's funny right now is Vegas is actually ahead in army supply. But again, as soon as Storm finishes up and the AoE damage for this Protoss comes out, that will be a bit of everything to have to deal with. 1-1 is about to finish up. Go ahead and upgrade her. Upgrades are about even. As soon as 1-1 finishes up, they will be even. The 2-2 is on the way for our Protoss player. We are going to start getting into that later game. As we reach that 10-minute mark, Storm should finish up about the 10-minute mark. It looks like he is going to get ready to move out. This is where it comes down to just how well Vegas is going to be able to take this fight coming up. I mean, he has some Marauders and so forth for this, so it should be a pretty tanky army to be able to deal with this. Protoss is Baron Deathball. Alright, he does scan and see all this. He does know that there should be Storm Tech out. He does know that there are Colossus in the field. Oh, Colossus though. I guess there's many Stalkers and Templar. I basically need enough Vikings to one-shot it, but he doesn't have that at all. Gotta love that macro game, boys. What prism? What prism? Well, this is about to create a very awkward situation. What prism? Gonna find to the back of the base here. He's gonna unload some adepts. Maybe some Zealots, get in here, start doing some damage to the economy. And as soon as this happens, this entire death ball is just gonna push forward. Meanwhile, on the other side of the map, the Terran army is across the map. They're completely out of position to deal with this. He's gonna scan. He'll see that there's no army guarding his third. But here we go. This is everything. It's gonna come down to a base race at this point. He's actually gonna come back. I kind of don't like this decision by Vegas at all. Gonna lose too much economy here. They will catch the Protoss army kind of out of place and unable to defend with the warp in. Because the warp prism isn't here with this army. But again, it's going to come down to just how well he picks his fight. The other side of the map, we do have some harassment on these SCVs. There is a planetary fortress here, but nothing to defend the long-range mining of the SCVs. He's going to lift the command center. Orbital is going to fly away. One storm is going to go down on top of this army on top of the ramp here. Where's the rest of his army? Did it disappear already? Where's... Okay. Talk about a loss of army supply and 41 workers going down. Folks, that's game already. Not keeping up with where this Protoss army was is what told him in the end. So... I honestly don't know what Vegas' thoughts are here to stay in this. There's only one Colossus left. The energy on these Templar is getting kind of low, but again, he's lost 41 workers. There's now 78 workers to 23. But he has no economy here outside mules. Wouldn't mind trying to find some damage over here. Another round is going to rally up with this army. That is good to spell the beginning of the end. Vegas should be tapping out here any time now. Fun games. Fun games indeed. Guys, we are back with game number 3. And the Sullivan might actually all kill here. It's going to be interesting to see if he does. It's spawning into the top left-hand corner, representing Inside Gaming, trying to keep them possibly alive, as we may not know if Inside Gaming has another Masters or not. I'm trying to work on that. But speaking of Masters players, it was the first one from Inside Gaming. The Green Terran Pieces of Hannibal. In the bottom right-hand corner is the Red Protoss Pieces, currently up 2-0 in the series. And the Salavant from PsiX. Here we go, folks, a 1v1 under the sea. I'm going to be sad when this map actually leaves the map pool. Because this is a fun map to play on. Definitely has the Terran favorite advantages, and this SCV already going out somewhere kind of cheeky, and I kind of like it. This probe, this is going to come straight out here. Actually, I like this pathing. I love how people are actually going for the scout around towards the third base now. I'm a little curious exactly. Okay. Okay, please factory. Please factory. Come on, please factory. There better be a factory going down here. If there's not a factory going down from this Terran player, this is going to be one sad Terran caster, that's for sure. There is double gas, so yes, there will be a factory going down here. Oh, Hannibal. Hannibal, as we do have an assault probe on the other side of the map. Also setting up for that proxy Stargate. Will it be a proxy Stargate? This is going to be a very interesting game. I'm loving this. I'm loving it. Here's the factory. Alright, so here's the thing about the factory on this map. There is just enough space here. You take a look where the Protoss vision ends to lift this factory and drop it right here on the cliff. Stargate. Give me a Stargate. It has to be a Stargate. Cyber score is done. Here comes the Stargate. 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 Robotics. I was wrong. And what is up, Ryuichi? Welcome to the stream, my friend. Salavant. Going for the proxy robo. His proxy factory. Do have a starport, so already Hannibal is going to kind of counter this. Whether indirectly or not, he is going to kind of counter this very well. And one thing as a Terran player, what I like to do with the proxy factory is I like to send a Reaper across the map to just to mind game a little bit and say, okay, he opened up very normal. Very, very standard indeed. But no. No Fat Reaper with the Widow Mine. Hey, here's the fun part about this. The robotics facility. 2 of them are across the map. There's no observer here to stop this Widow Mine. There is about to be a Marauder. And next we do need to see a Viking or a Liberator. Viking or a Liberator. What are you going to give us, Hannibal? Viking or a Liberator? A Viking for the Warp Prism that may come out behind these 2. Widow Mine picking up 6 kills. Oh man, this is juicy. I love the cheekiness. The cheekiness knows no bounds. We do have a gateway on the other side of the map. So we will have the faster warping over here, which means he will be able to reinforce. So a Liberator. Oh no. Gonna be questionable indeed. Is there a Cyclone behind this? No, another Widow Mine. I would love to have seen a Cyclone pop out here and get to work on cleaning up these pylons. Oh! Oh my gosh, if he would have target fired the probes. Ah, Hannibal. Just target fire the probes. Here we go. The first 2 Immortals are on the way. The Observer is with these Immortals actually on the other side of the map right now. There is a Viking popping out. Alright. Alright. Okay, so this is going to be interesting. He's going to have to pull the SCVs. This bunker is going to get all before his SCVs repair. But these Immortals are very bruised indeed. There is a medevac out here to heal. The Liberator would shut this down so fast. On the other side of that, the Warp Prism Widow Mine's fired off another round that we missed. And if this gets cleaned up, that's GG. This will be GG as soon as this gets cleaned up because there's no observer here to clean this up on the other side of the map. There is another Widow Mine popping out. He can't even expand to his natural because there's a Widow Mine just hanging out here. 5 SCVs killed so far, 18 workers to 8. That should prompt Salavants to tap out here very shortly. As I love the proxy factory. That's how you TVP nowadays, right there. Proxy factory and go for ham. SCVs are going to have to be pulled here to try and clean up these Immortals. He needs to lower these depots so he can actually get around, because he kind of creates a bottleneck of his own. It's not... Oh no. Last Immortal, another Immortal does join, but 4 more probes, 6 probes are going to fall on the other side of the map. Actually, Salamence can actually hold on here, but I think this is a little bit too much damage here. The Mule will be able to clean this up and save the economy of our Terran player Hannibal. Salamence will actually get cleaned up. GG will be called. And Hannibal will stay alive to keep Insight Gaming alive to fight another day. I'll be right back with you as we get game number 3 started, or game number 4 started up. Get you some thanks for audio back here. Don't drop my headset. Alright guys, a bit of a sellout here. If you guys like my stream, hit that follow button. Also, subscribe on YouTube, as I do a lot of casting there as well. Now we'll get right back to my video. That's a cool background. I like that. Hashtag Winamp, Serena. I had to go back to the 90s for tech for that because I couldn't find anything else to use. Alright, boys and girls, spawning into the bottom right hand corner. I did switch this back to being more along the lines of being able to show you guys the scoreboard. I do like doing the overlay, but I can't like display my score down here. Anyway, in the bottom right hand corner, the green Insight gaming pieces of Terran from Hannibal. Completely butchered by intro, but it's okay. Look, have fun, GG. Hannibal being a little BM there. But that's alright, is in the top left hand corner. Is the red Zerg pieces from Insight Gaming. Not Insight Gaming, from PsiX. Also a division of PsiX. It is Neo Parasat. Neo Parasat? He is going to be called Neo for short. Long names. You know how it is. You guys like that Winamp? Yeah, it's one reason why I dislike a lot of the newer audio players. Come on, man. Come on! When you don't see a wall off here at the front, and then you come across the map and see this. Optic 40 Expo. Hatch gas pool opening. At least there's no third hatchery coming down yet. If that happens, if Neo decides to throw down that third hatch in the next minute, it's GG. Because what's going to happen is his bunker is going to come out. That is going to be at the end of this game. As we do have the proxy racks across the map. There's not going to be anything out here to defend this right away. These first two Marines come up, there's not going to be anything here to defend. Okay, Hannibal, your Marines are out. Let's see what you've got in store for us. Spawning pool does finish up. The first two lings are on the way. We do have a queen spawning up into the high ground here. Wall off for Hannibal is done. So even if these lings make their way across the map, they will not find any damage. But this is everything. If Neo gets over here with this Overlord, and there is no command center, red flag should immediately go up. But the red flag should already be up. And here we go. The bunkers are coming down. The drones have been pulled. And Hannibal, proven to be the cheeky dick waffle once again, has the bunker rush started. Gonna get to work on his hatchery, and at this point, Neo, you just need to abandon this hatchery. You may have a queen popping out, have lings popping out, sure, but they're in the wrong place to be popping out. You'll be able to just retreat right back. Get an inject off. Inject! Get at least an inject off. No! Hannibal. Hannibal, you madman. Teasing this poor Diamond 3 player. There's two more bunkers are going to be thrown down, and more Marines are just going to rally from these barracks. There's nothing here Neo can pull off. He does have a Roach Ward. I do like the decision to go Roach Ward, but it's going to be on 1 day. He will be able to throw Ravager Bile down from the top, but he can't break this with Lings. He can't break this with a Spine Crawler. And as soon as these Broodlings die, he'll be able to dance here against his Spine Crawler. There's enough Marines pop out. This will just melt. It's going to melt. Here it goes. Here it goes. Or just prepare to bunker. There's that too. This is a depressing sight. The fact that two SCVs can repair this bunker faster than a Spine Crawler could damage it. Pepperoni, pepperoni. He's actually building another drawer behind us. GG boys. GG. Poor Neo. That getting to show us what he has in store for us. This Hannibal is just like, nope, nope, we're not dealing with this. It's going to chase these poor drones around the map. Alright, I'm at a loss for words right now. Just follow the Marine Bow! So, there is a chance Neo can get back in this. It's going to be a long climb. But there is a chance that it could happen. No factory being added on. It is going to be Marines and bunkers until a factory does get added on. Because there is Ravager Bile to be thrown down everywhere here. Hannibal has said, nope, I'm just going to go for it. And as the first gross of battles missed, and these units do fall, should be about it. Trying to micro his heart out and get these Ravager battles to connect. First one falls, the second one falls. Heroes are going to be pulled once again. GG will be called. Hannibal proven to fly. Cheese playing. Did a cheeky play. It's a very, very strong thing once again. But guys, that's what keeps StarCraft fresh. That's what keeps StarCraft fresh. This cheeky dickwaffle known as Hannibal. Get another song up for you guys. Alright guys, here we go. This is going to be the last and final game as we cannot seem to find a... I say this and already I'm getting kind of disrupted by some things I just saw. Yes, this will be the last and final game. Alright, 2-2. This is for all the marbles. Will Insight Gaming win out or will PsiX win out? Insight Gaming does not have a fourth master, so we had to redo this down to a 2-1. But so far, finally some interesting games have been coming out. This guy right here in green, Insight Gaming. It is Hannibal. The opposite side of the map, the blue Rhodos pieces. PsiX. Also looking to close the series out. It is Snoopy. To see how much of a Snoopy is going to be as he does send a probe out here to go and scout and figure out exactly where his opponent is. And he's going south. Oh, this could be disastrous. This could be disastrous here because he's going to scout south. And already going to see one depot. One depot. All we have here for Hannibal back home. But okay. See, now this is where it's going to get interesting because we do have a Nexus first for Snoopy. So he is going to expand after the gateway. So he's going to open gateway and expand. There's a Cybernetics Court and 2 gas going down. If he holds this, it's already over. The first 2 Marines are on the way out. He does scout. And he should see that this could be a big problem very quickly. He does cancel the Nexus. And it is going to wall off with 3 pylons. Already making the right decisions here. Being safe about it. There should be a militia course starting up immediately. Alright, goes for the sentry. He is going patrol, so he does know that there could be a proxy factory. He does know that stuff could get lifted up, but there is also room to sneak a building in right here. Around the Protoss base. Catalina is a very weird map in that sense. Like, I've had Terrans, proxy, barracks, like 4 of them right in my base here, and there's a lot of plays that can go into this game that make it a very questionable style of play. It's a very questionable map. Definitely one of the weirder ones in the map pool. Sentry is out, Militia Corps is about to pop out. Hannibal need to be moving a little bit sooner because he's going to be able to beat this Militia Corps out. Militia Corps out. Now that the Mama Corps is out, he will be able to throw down some bunkers, but that's about all. So, the question is, when do you start your gases Terran in this? Start to move up into your tech. To move up, like, get out of this situation. Does snipe out the Sentry and the Forceman is going to lock these Marines in here. At least kill the Mothership Corps. Kill the Mothership Corps, Hannibal. That should be priority 1 to kill here. Because already this rush has lost a lot of wind in its sails. But the probes are going to get pulled. There is a stalker out here. Probes are falling. 5 probes have fallen so far. The 3 SUVs have died on the other side of the map. But was there enough damage done here for Hannibal to justify this? The Militia Corps is incredibly weak. He is rallying out with more Marines. Had he just killed his Militia Corps sooner, this would have been so much better because there wouldn't be any more DPS coming out from this Militia Corps, as it is now going to have enough for another photon overcharge. Another Sentry being added on to set up that trap once again. He is just going to go for it once more. With no gas being taken back home and just now getting his orbital command, kind of worried here for Inside Gaming, as their chances at winning here are actually going to start to dwindle really quickly. All Marines on the proxy here. No stim. No gas behind us. Three Stalkers are going to start to shave off as many of these Marines as they can. He's trying to get the high ground for this fight, which is a very smart decision. But if the longer he waits here, Warp Gate is going to be done. There should be a Warp Prism popping out here. If there's not a Warp Prism popping out, I'm going to be a little bit offset. But that's Snoopy's decision. If Warp Prism does pop out, he wins the game, basically. I do like the decision to bring forward one of these barracks, so he will have some high ground vision when he moves forward. So there is still a chance for Hannibal to break this, but it comes down to unit control here, as there's now enough energy for 2 photon overcharges on this MSC. He's going to get to work on one of these pylons. The barracks is in danger of falling. Hannibal, this didn't work. You should have just taken your army home and defended. You got scouted, and that was it. Catalina is a very anti-cheeky map for that reason. Militia Corps just hanging back there. He does throw down 1 photon overcharge so far. He does bait that out. That's a very good bait on that. That was only going to be enough for 1 photon overcharge here. Command center. Hannibal is expanding behind this. So I like this decision to try this and expand. He's also keeping his opponent on his side of the map. But here's the thing. The distance on these barracks when they reinforce the walk time is going to be a lot, like a big factor here. There's still enough energy for 1 photon overcharge, which will get thrown down. And a lot of these Marines are going to get trapped behind these force fields, so they won't even add a disruptor. Disruptor! The disruptor is just going to head on over to the other side of the map. The disruptor drop will become a thing, as these Marines are just going to have to frantically run home. There is a pylon on the other side of the map as well. I like this idea. He's going to push out and be able to lock out a lot of Hannibal's units here on this ramp. There's a Warp Prism. Warp Prism should be here. But now here's another thing. A lot of the ARIs across the map. So there is a chance Hannibal could sneak some Marines in here and try and find some damage. But he's going to have to defend back home. There's no bunkers down either. He is just going to be able to lock out the units of Hannibal. Not able to split against it. Hannibal trying to cheese and getting caught. That's going to spell the end of this game for Inside Gaming. And we'll see if we do have one more Masters player for Inside Gaming here before we close it out on you guys. Doesn't look like there. Alright guys, that is going to be it for this clan war. Final score is going to be 3-2 in favor of PsiX. Well played indeed from everybody. Definitely entertaining games. Some mistakes being made at the diamond level. Then we move into the masters level where we do see the cheese plays coming out of Hannibal. With that being said, guys, that is going to be the end of the matches for tonight. To join in, thanks for joining in. Hit that follow button if you want to see more. I'm going to start streaming a lot here eventually. I'm just trying to get some artwork in for my artist. Pretty overlays and so forth and make it look pretty and entertaining. Thanks to PsiX for joining us for this match tonight, guys. If you did like it, hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button on YouTube. I will export this over to YouTube. I have to do some ripping on the audio though to make sure there's no muted audio. But with that, I'm going to close out the clan war here. I'm probably going to stream some Battlefield here for a bit. If you guys want to stick around for that, by all means, you're more than welcome to.